Members of our community who would always rise to the support of each and every one. We were blessed doing this arrangement with an anonymous giver. This person is connected with Munda's work, and Munda, that's the song, work. And it's a lady, she lives in New York, has never known Mimi, has never had such a name. While we were scratching our heads, thinking how we were going to raise this money and have this funeral on time, this anonymous person called the funeral home director and said, I will donate to the funeral home and graveside expenses. I think there is a song I listen to in my car. I do not know the writer, but it reads, I believe there are angels among us, sent to us from somewhere up above, to show us how to live, teach us how to give. That is important. So there are such angels amongst us. We do not know who that person is, but it's that person that made it possible for us to bury Mimi 2 weeks after her death. That's why we are here today. And without diminishing the contribution of the members of this community, and they continue to, even here, I've got some donations from members of the Sierra Leone community. Without diminishing their role, I think even a cent goes to a good cause in this community. No man is an island. No man is an island. I don't care how much money you may have. If you are dead, that money will not get to bury you. No man. This is what pushes some of us to do what we do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have been blessed with a vibrant, a loving Sierra Leone community. Many years ago, Mimi was very active in this community. She was pretty, very well-dressed, very ambitious, and wanted to be an excellent entrepreneur. In fact, she had a boutique somewhere, I think it's Chevy Chase. So she wanted to do what was good, to live the American dream. But when disease strikes, that is an impediment. When disease strikes, there are no controls. And there are those diseases that are through the fault of the individuals. That's why we call those preventable diseases. I'm sure your doctors tell you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, because if you do this, these are preventable diseases. There are some diseases that are not preventable. And these are what we call autoimmune diseases. That is, it's in your system, it grows in your system, you have no control over it, nobody tells you, don't do this. So this was one of the diseases that Mimi had that debilitated her. And she has been in the nursing home for over 10 years. So most people here, the younger ones, do not know her. That's why if you look at the average age of this congregation here today, we are 50 and above. It's 50 and above. Because some of these people had known Mimi then when she was active in the community. We should tell our children, we should tell the other younger members of the community. There are those that say, I do not know this lady, why should I do this? No, you didn't have the opportunity to know her because she was in the nursing home for most of this time. I want to say thank you to especially Fatmata, Mina, Magai, who continued going backwards and forwards, informing me about whatever was happening, and even to the point you could see how much quarrel Fatmata had even with the doctors to get some things done. Okay, there are people like that amongst us who will take some responsibilities to help things get better. This is the situation in which we are. Again, if people have funds, Mimi was good to her people. Even in the nursing home, when she had a few dollars, she wanted to send something to her parents. She wanted to send to her brothers and sisters. I remember myself in 1989 when I was going home, she sent a parcel for a mother or an aunt somewhere in Pujaun district, Masampaka. I looked for the aunt and said this was from Mimi. So she was somebody who loved her people. So whatever we get, apart from taking care of this, we are going to utilize that for the good of our people. To the Hartford ladies, as Reverend Gloria Klein-Smith said, I think we have had calls and so on. Coincidentally, there are like 2 Hartfordians that are there across the ocean. There is Mimi here, and there is Miata Koroma in Sierra Leone. The Hartford girls in Sierra Leone, in Freetown especially, have taken complete care of that process in Freetown. I spoke to Haja Alima, I think that's the Western area chairperson, and they are going to bury her on Tuesday. If you have any donations to help them, the contribution there they make is 100,000 per person. That's what they ask them to contribute. For us here, that may be little, 100,000, that's about $25 or so. But what is happening in Sierra Leone may not be that what. If you have any opportunity to help, contact other Hartfordians in Sierra Leone, in Freetown especially, and they will be ready to do whatever you have to do. Again here, I want to thank Reverend Gloria Klein-Smith for accommodating us here. When we are looking for a church, it was easy. I spoke to her, and she was ready to accommodate us. There are a lot of deaths in the community. About 3 weeks ago, we were here for another funeral of a Sierra Leone. I think the 3rd of, about 3 weeks ago, the 5th or so of June. I want to thank Bishop Nicol, who opted to come and take part in this service. Okay, we have people like this in our community. I want to thank Reverend Sam Pratt, who is an active community member, somebody I've known for so many years, again, under such conditions. And I want to thank Reverend Ken Ture, my nephew, who has been so remarkable. Again, 3 weeks ago, we were all here for another funeral. Again, want to thank the funeral home director, who was ready at that time, before she ever knew that we would come up with a penny, was ready to say, look, I'll keep this body here for as long as you can raise money, and when you get the money, Call me and tell me when the funeral will take place. I will not charge you for keeping the body here for as long as. So I want to thank Sylvia, I think it's Sylvia Davis of the Horton, but I want to thank the people from the Horton Funeral Home who are here. Again, I want to thank all these members of the congregation. Some of them may not be direct family members. Some of you may not be direct family members, but your love for humanity and the Sierra Leone community has made you come here, contributed towards the cause and so on. Some people call me. I know there is, if I want to name names, I would go wrong. I never want to, but I want to say that Mrs. Sona Kamara, Vanda Kamara, was able not only to send some contribution to me, but I think when she worked in PG, she was one person that gave assistance to Mimi to live where Mimi was living before we got her to go to the nursing home. Believe me, debilitating diseases could make you cripple and would make you useless and not able to do anything for yourself. We need the Sierra Leone community to help. So if you don't hear from people that you should call them, and so on. There is a Sierra Leone song that has been used another way. Tell your neighbor, tell and say you there. We think we use that as hints in a derogatory way, but it should be used as a positive way. Call your neighbors, call your friends, call them, let them know, so that if you don't hear from somebody a day or two, something else might probably have gone wrong with that person. Check on that. You never know. It may be you, it may be me, it may be any of us. May the soul of Mimi and the souls of all the faithful departed rest in perfect peace. Thank you for listening.